What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Elbows Up podcast, the Bottles and Throttles podcast, talking everything sprint car and short track racing. Back after a couple weeks hiatus. It's basically the off season. It takes time these days. There's got to be stuff going on. There's plenty of stuff going on right now, actually. So it's time to do a show, and we are here to do a show. And joining me, my cohort in crime, Lubus 71H, Mr. Billy Raleigh. How's it going, Billy?
Fantastic. On a Monday.
Well, fuck. Mondays aren't fantastic, but
Mondays
we can
suck.
Make them a little better.
At least today.
Talking about sprint car racing makes it a little better, I think.
Well, yeah.
Personally,
I'm a big fan of it.
I gotta tell you, normally at this point of the season, which is the not season, they're out in California. You got a couple months until Florida in February. Normally at this point of the season, I'm like, oh, thank God. You take a big breath and ready to recharge. You've seen too much racing throughout the season, and it's a good break. But I'm actually extremely frustrated because I didn't get to go to Eldora like I wanted to at the World. I didn't get to go to Kokomo like I wanted to. Like, the season ended.
Well, that's because that's just bad.
I didn't have enough sprint car racing. I didn't.
That's the first time I've heard you say that in like 10 years.
I know how weird it is.
On a positive note, it is only 69 days until the Chili Bowl.
Well,
so that's very nice. That's very nice.
I'm one of the rare few that gives 2 fucks less about the Chili Bowl. I don't care.
Well, I don't really care about it as much, only on the basis of, I don't care about it this year because I can't even watch it with my friends because I'll be in Texas, but whatever. That's a different story. But Fort Wayne is coming, so there's racing that's coming up.
That's true.
Fort Wayne, you got DeCoin, and then, next week, or this week actually, you got the old Oval Nationals, and I hope USAC has to write Robert Ballou Motorsports a big fat check at the end of it. But it's going to be down to the old KT and Wyndham and Sunshine. So that's going to be a fun time.
I'm so proud of KTJ and his ability to really he's really reeling in his second sprint car championship, USAC championship. And I would love to be out there in California to witness the whole deal. But I just gotta say, Kevin Thomas Jr., I ordered a goddamn hat from him online.
He's been in California
3 fucking weeks ago.
So really, that's the reason why.
I want my hat.
Well, I'm sure that he'll get it to you.
I mean,
He's very punctual usually.
I had to buy a goddamn dueling hat because he doesn't have his 69 stuff up there because he took it out to California with him. He wants to sell it out there. But I want a damn hat, and he won't fucking sell me one.
Well, I'm sure that he will when he gets back in this state.
Well, yeah, I
let the man win a national championship first.
I ordered it on 10/21. Yeah, I know that was a Sunday, but god damn it.
Let him win a national championship first, and then he can sell you then you can buy a national championship hat too.
Well, I tell you what, I better get a fucking upgrade for free. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure that you probably will.
He's my fucking shipping or something.
It'll be a great. I hope that he does win the title on the basis of he's won a Sprint Week title, which I know was huge for him, and to get his first national Sprint Car Series win, that's going to be great for him, and I will be happy for the Hoffmans so they can technically get theirs or another one. But really, it's KT's team, and KT's put a lot of work into it, and getting the right people around to make it all happen. And that's not a discredit to what Sunshine and what old Wyndham has done either. It's California just makes things different. It's down to 2 points. 2 points. That's it.
It's tight. And
And weird, you don't have to fabricate shit to make a points championship worth it. I mean,
well,
it's
some situations.
It's so weird. I mean, now, like, the Outlaws are a different story. They crowned their champion this weekend, and we all pretty much knew in Florida in February who was going to win that deal, but old Don Don did it again. Shocker. Is anybody surprised by this?
No.
I will go on record. There is no more argument for me.
All right, so you're saying best all time.
Donnie Schatz is GOAT. And the reason being is to win 22 outlaw races in a year against guys that literally have the exact same shit as you do. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Exact same shit.
Okay, anybody can go out and buy stuff just as good.
Okay,
Carlin,
it's a hell of a lot closer than it was in the days.
Okay,
of
I'll
Carl
give you that.
And Steve
I'll
Kinzer.
give you
Let's
I'll
put it
give you
way.
that.
The equipment, the setup knowledge, know-how, that sort of thing's the competition's a hell of a lot closer. I'll give you that.
Oh, absolutely.
I ain't gonna go out on a limb and say that everybody's got the same shit as Donnie Schatz.
Well, no, but I mean, everybody though has the ability to at least get on that level without, everything going on. So it's, yeah, Kyle just said it. He never finished worse than 14th in a main event all year.
It's pretty friggin' fantastic.
But
that was probably Eldora at the Four Crown, wasn't it? Because the guy struggled all night, took a provisional.
It might be.
Passing cars.
Well, but either in the more impressive stat to me than that was Brad Sweet never missed a feature, and never had to run a B main. Through the entire schedule, never had to run a B main. Like, that to me is a way more impressive stat, just because of who you're racing with every single night, and plus then going to California, Ohio, Pennsylvania, dealing with all those. Brad Sweet's the only one that I think that can really truthfully dethrone him as beating him straight up. I think. I don't know. But
what are we talking, like in the current era?
In the current climate of sprint car race, and I know everybody's big on David Gravel going to the 41. He's going to be really fast. Well, of course he's going to be really fast. It's David Gravel, and that car's not a shitbox. Shane Stewart going to the 5. Great car, great driver. Duh, they're going to be fast as hell. But it just all depends on that combination of who's got it. And whatever Brad Sweet's got going on, they found it. Especially if you put him on a flat half mile, he's kind of a beast. But
how many of them do they go to?
Well, enough to Knoxville. I guarantee you that Brad Sweet would be cool with running second in points for the rest of his life if it meant he could win 5 more Knoxville Nationals. Guaranteed, without question.
No, yeah, probably.
Without question, because I would much rather win Knoxville than the Outlaw title.
Well, he's won Knoxville though.
He's won Knoxville now. So
you'd like to be able to say that you won Knoxville and you won the season-long points championship, because there's nothing quite like saying that you were the best throughout the season. What are they running? 80-some shows now?
Yeah, I mean, less than what they've ran. Less than what they did when Steve ran. I mean, back when Steve ran, they were up over 100 nights a year, but now they're, I think it's like 85, which is still a shitload of races. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. That's a ridiculous amount of races. But at the same time, for those two guys to finish as well as they did, Donnie ran, the worst race that he's had all year of 14th and never had a DNF. That's hard to beat. Because if Brad has 3 DNFs, he's already lost the title.
Oh yeah, I mean what do you do? Hey, did you say that you had a setup for this damn track?
I do.
Okay, share that bad
we're racing at Lanier right now in 410 non-wing.
Non-wing sprint cars.
We're basically doing kind of a trial run for the series that we've started because I've just been annoyed with I've been annoyed with some of the lack of fun on iRacing because here lately it's been kind of a run the fuck into me type of deal, and which that's never anything new. But it's a 410 non-wing series that's going to run Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. We're going to do the podcast at 8 on Wednesdays now, and which that's pretty awesome. I'm happy we're going to Wednesdays because that makes your schedule a lot easier. So that way you can actually show up to these things.
Well, it's nice. It's nice to bundle it all in one. Keep the racing together. I mean, right now we are preparing for the PRL race, the Wing 360 series that we do on Monday nights, which is what begat the USAC National Championship Series that we're talking about now, which is what makes it so special. We're doing 410 non-wing sprint cars on dirt, and we're also throwing in the pavement sprint cars, similar to the way that the USAC National Championship used to go. So you get that diversity of the dirt guys and the pavement guys, and you find out who's the best across all forms at the end of the season. That's what's fun about it. But yeah, I mean, to be able to keep all the racing in one night is nice for me. But this is a preview here. We got on here at 7:00. We're going to do a show. 8:00. We're going to do some racing, and we welcome everybody to join, man. When we announced this league, it had quite a good buzz, and then we put it out there for signups and everything else. And my goodness, like, the people come out of the woodwork. We got like 40 some people interested in running this league, which is not normal for iRacing. It's just flat ass not. Tonight, we're in race 8 of 10, I think, and we're going to be looking at like 9 cars, which for race 8 of 10 is pretty good. We started with 25. You lose people, throughout the season. But that's the norm. So 40 people wanting to race is pretty cool. So it shows how unique the deal is, and it's it's something that we wanted to do because that's when we grew up. That's the sprint car racing we grew up with.
Yeah, and it's something unique and something that people kind of want to do. And I know iRacing catches a lot of shit from a lot of real racers that are, well, if you want to race so bad, go get a race car. Well, dickhead, I don't have 30 grand, so kiss my ass.
30?
Shit.
Christ almighty, you going low buck.
Well, I mean, yeah, when have we ever done anything on the rich side?
Well, I understand that, but fuck, I can wreck 30 grand in one night in a goddamn sprint car race.
I've seen you wreck about half.
Not wrecking.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
All right, talk some shit then.
But no, it'll be a fun time. There's a couple pretty cool guys. Donnie Adams Jr. is going to run. He ran some USAC National stuff. Jonathan Venner's talked about getting it or running it, and it'll be fun either way.
I've heard from him.
Yeah, no kid.
Shit. I'm flipping on the backstretch.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I think it'll be a good way to cope with the off-season blues because we've got, like I said, there's 69 or 70 days till the Chili Bowl. We got about a month and a half till Fort Wayne. A little less than that for DeQuoin. Power Eye finishes up this week in Texas. Which, congrats to Tucker Klossmeyer. I'm not going to jinx anything, but he's had a hell of a year. And I hope he finishes his hell of a year on a very high note. He deserves it. The kid's a gasser. He's always been one, and glad to call him a good friend. We'll try to get him on the show after his season's over and talk to him a little bit because he's a damn good kid that I don't get to see enough of. But no, it's been a interesting last couple weeks on the racing scene. Pretty much the silly season era is pretty much all done. I think Pittman's still searching for sponsors to hopefully get next year a little bit more in line. Which there was always rumors that he wasn't going to be in that car this year, and then went out and won 9 races. So that's kind of good for job security if you can almost get into double-digit wins on the Outlaw Tour. So I think they'd be silly to get rid of him, but at the same time, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Well, Why is it always when guys are looking for a goddamn ride, they start winning races though? Huh?
It's kind of weird that it's weird. How is it's just odd. Who knew that if you stuck a boot in somebody's ass every once in a while and the rumor mill started that they drive? I mean, and it's not that he wasn't driving hard. It's just the
Well,
nature. It's just the nature of it. I mean, it is what it is. I think that sometimes you get so comfortable. I know I'm guilty of that. You get comfortable with what you're doing, and then by the time it's all said and done, you're not pushing as hard as you once would, and then once you kind of have to get things going again, poof, something just kind of clicks. And look at Brad Sweet before Knoxville. They were good, and then all of a sudden, boom, the Cappy hit, and they were just gangbusters. And then from then on, the rest of the year, they were like wildfire. So I think it's going to be now I'm already looking forward to next year. I'm already looking forward to it. I'm sad that Greg Wilson announced at the banquet last night, that he's not going to run the Outlaw Tour. He's going to run a lot of their races, but he's not going to be on the Outlaw Tour, which sucks. I like Greg a lot. I tweeted out today that I want to be Greg Wilson when I grow up, and I think that's a pretty damn good goal. But I don't know. I'm excited for a lot of things. It's going to be a fun off season. We got this on Wednesdays. We'll still be doing the podcast. That's when we'll be able to get more of our guests in, I think. I need to work on Isaac Chappell. He's kind of scared of this show because he's got like a good public image, and I don't know if he wants to come on it. But I think Isaac would be a good one. What was that chuckle for? Was that for our reputation?
No, it was actually because I just threaded the needle through 3 race cars, and then the 4th come through and just plowed me. But the Outlaws kicked off silly season with a bang, really. We got Shane Stewart moving. What is it? Carson Macedo coming into that ride.
Yep.
With Kyle Larson Racing. You got all these guys moving around, and that's it's always fun to see these guys move around and see how things shake out. Everybody wants to do a little better. That's one of those deals. But that doesn't always happen.
Well, and I think that's going to be the interesting thing about Macedo is that he ran the full All-Star Tour, and he did really, really well, and Reitzel was just better. That's all. And but I think in that car, when they switch over with Joe Gertie still spinning wrenches on it, I think it's going to be a pretty good combo. They were fast in Charlotte before right rear started exploding. I felt bad for Kyle Larson Racing. Shane Stewart leading the main event, right rear cut goes down and ends his night. Macedo leading the main event, right rear goes down, ends his night. So, that's racing though. But hopefully they get off to a good start next year. And I think the Outlaw Tour is going to be pretty fun to watch. But Oval Nationals are still this weekend. I'm real excited for it. I'll be stuck on an airplane getting home. I'll be stuck on an airplane coming home that week or that night, but I will be watching it on my phone and on the way back. So hopefully seeing a good race. I mean, how cool would it be to see those 3 run top 3 that night?
Well, that's I want to say not likely, but hell, I mean, really it is.
I mean,
they've been the best all season long. And we talked about that too. Nothing against Tyler Courtney or Chris Wyndham. I think they're both fantastic race car drivers. And talked to Courtney a little bit. He's a cool guy, but I'm KTJ personally.
Yeah.
He's my dude. He's cool. He's a cool dude, and he's a hell of a racer. And I love seeing him do good. He's a little short shit, but that happens.
So are you.
Me? I'm not as short as him.
Well, that's true. That is true. But I'm excited for the Outlaw for the USAC season next year already too, because with McDougal running the full series, that's gonna get.
Is he in full season?
He is in full season. That's at least their plan, running the 71P, and it's gonna be. I'm happy for him. He deserves it for a kid that almost went back to Oklahoma. Unreal. Absolutely unreal when you think about it. I mean, he was a month away from going home and running a micro this year, and now look at him. He's got a USAC national win and got a USAC national win. He's got a full midget ride next year with Petrie again, full USAC sprint car deal. Ran his first Silver Crown race at Eldora, which was unreal still. Yeah, the future is bright for sprint car racing. So everybody's, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's got a show or something you could call that on Facebook that he is like the most doom and gloom dude I've ever seen in my life. Like hates NASCAR, sky's falling, everybody's going to die. It's terrible. I'm like, dude, sprint car racing in general is in a fantastic spot. Like car counts are up, the purses are going up. There's a rumor next year that the Kings Royal is going to pay $100K. I mean, we're in prime territory for some of the best years of sprint car racing that we've ever had. And granted, this year was rough with a couple guys, getting, with a couple guys that the sport lost that, we're not going to get those guys back. But when we can remember them, the way that we do it with racing, we're in for a really good treat of a year. So we've got I think as a collective group, this has been one of the most fun years of racing I've ever had. It's been a pleasure working with Scott, and it's always a pleasure working with Wilson. And I've gotten relatively close to Connor Daly, and it's been a very, very fun season so far. And the silly season, I think, is over. But Chad Kemenaugh still doesn't have a ride, which pisses me off because Chad Kemenaugh is one of the best in the country. And how he doesn't have a ride baffles my mind. So, I don't know. Blaney doesn't even have a ride for next year. He ran the Briscoe Mobile down in Charlotte, and motor wouldn't run all weekend, so really didn't run worth a shit, which is unfortunate. So, but sprint car racing's in a very good spot. There's no doom and gloom. At least I don't think. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I don't think there's any doom and gloom here. But no, a lot of things going on. A lot of happy things going. So it's been a fun year, and we're gonna keep continuing. And this whole show kind of came as a surprise to me as well, because it just kind of started up again, and it's going to grow. It's going to get better. I'm talking to a couple people right now. Been streaming more here recently, and been talking to a couple people actually about getting some sponsorship for the stream to pick up some new equipment and have some more fun. So I know AJ's probably mad because he crashed in that heat race, but
well, I don't know what the hell happened there. That was a little strange. But I am a little questionable about your setup. I don't think it's worth much.
Well, that's just because you're a terrible driver.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. I mean, that's got to be it. Dude. There's still a ton of people in this race, so that's good. But no, I'm hoping that you guys enjoy the show. Tonight was kind of an impromptu deal, but we felt like we needed to get something out for the little debacle this past week, and wanted to make sure that you guys had something to remember us by, so didn't think we were going anywhere. Now that AJ's back consistently, we should be good to go. And I'm holding you to that.
You say consistently, I don't know. I'm not real consistent at the moment these days. But
no,
that's okay.
No,
that's okay. I think what's important is what we're trying to have fun with it and make more friends throughout this off season through the iRacing. This is why we did this. This is a new medium for us to meet and talk with and have fun with and do interactive activities with people across sprint car racing. And I think this is one way to bridge some of those gaps in the fan base as well. This is just a lot of fun to be able to do this together and to do these leagues. It's just something that people don't always get the opportunity to do, and that's kind of the reason why we're doing it. You know, there's not very many people that do the type of league that we're doing,
No,
and
no.
you
In
know,
fact, I haven't
some
seen one. Somebody said there was one that runs on Thursdays, but I know we're way better than they are.
yeah, unimportant. But the point is somebody's got to bring the right kind of sprint car racing to the masses, and quite frankly, it's up to evangelists like Mr. Billy Raleigh.
Well,
And
I mean, I've always enjoyed doing stuff like this, and I think that, if we work with people that, and grow it, we can have a pretty darn good community. I think that that's going to be the main thing. Is I want a big enough community to where uh, racers can get on here. I mean, hell, turnout with people left here from your crashed out heat. But like Stuart Hanft, he's a sprint car driver from Indiana. There's a lot of guys that play this game that, it's a way to spend the off season, and that's what we're trying to do, is just give guys a place to go have fun, allow the normal folk like me and AJ to come in and have a good time. And
he's
uh,
fucking wheeling it too, man. This guy acts like he knows what the fuck he's doing.
he does. He's an actual he's beat my ass on this game numerous times. So,
Oh, hey, he bit the wall there. Um,
but yeah,
but yeah, I mean that's the thing. Actually, talking about iRacing, um, hearing those Chili Bowl rumors, a little bit
Yeah.
of Chili Bowl action on the old iRacing. So
Yeah, I've heard
that's
that.
gonna be a thing.
I've heard that alpha testing is officially going on. Have not seen anything. Haven't seen anything on it. Nobody's sent me anything to rub in my face just yet, so that's a positive, because otherwise I just get annoyed. But nothing's been officially made yet. But it's gonna be. I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's gonna be
We're gonna
stupid cool.
we're definitely gonna do something once that track releases. We're definitely going to have our own version of the Chili Bowl. Without question, we are going to have
Well,
our own version of the Chili Bowl that we can run and have a good time. So
here's
it's
the thing. The iRacing has all forms of racing, and it's super cool, and it's really cool to drive a goddamn Ferrari in the 24 hours. It's really cool to drive a NASCAR. Ooh, and that's part of the reason why we're bringing sprint car racing to the people, because dirt is just starting. It's working its way in. But the cool thing about the Chili Bowl is that it transcends the different forms of racing. It pulls the NASCAR guys. It's pulled drag racing guys. It's pulled, road course guys, the whole bit. So the fact that iRacing is going to bring it in, and you're doing an event on iRacing that is in real life pulls from all forms, that means that it's going to pull from all forms on the game, and it's going to make for really, really cool events that you can put together and have fun with. So I can't wait to have guys from all of the various forms of iRacing try their hand at the Chili Bowl and have fun with them. It's going to be super cool.
Well, yeah, and I think that was why they wanted to do it, because there's been a lot of people that have been, well, why in the world are they putting a track that only one car can run on? Well, I already told Ross, I said, I can't wait to put a 410 wing sprint car in there. I think that's going to be cool as shit. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do. We got a buddy of ours that runs Formula One cars at Eldora just because it's something goofy and stupid to do. So I mean, it's gonna be a fun time for everybody, I think, and it's gonna hopefully grow iRacing even a little bit more with publicity and things like that. At the Chili Bowl, because the more people that get on the sim, the better off it's going to be for everybody. And truthfully, I know of at least, hell, there's 5 or 6 guys that run in that PRL league that they've started paying attention to sprint car racing due to this game.
Oh yeah, I mean the leagues are a big damn deal. It sounds stupid when we talk about internet fucking leagues on a video game, but like it legitimately resonates with people. You put yourself in a similar situation. It's a fake championship, but it's still a championship. stats count, points count, the whole bit. That's where that shit comes across. And all of a sudden, throughout a season, you've got rivalries with guys from various parts of the United States that you never fucking met before. But you know what? You hate that motherfucker, and you hope he crashes the next week because you need a good points day. You know what I mean?
Just like I did. But the
God.
Yep, tried something there, didn't work. But but the whole thing is, it kind of goes back to what I said earlier about there's a lot of guys that give a lot of flack to people that run sim racing that don't run. I mean, no, I'm not talking about like the guys that go out and spend 30 grand on a sim rig and then wear gloves and Alpine Star driving shoes to run on a computer. That's goofy. But I mean, hey, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. Me personally, I'd go buy an actual race car and call it a day.
Well, but there's a market for that too, though, because there's some guys that don't want to risk their lives. You know, they got shit going on and they don't want to get hurt. So guess what? They're going to play on a video game rather than a real race car. Which, fuck, man, that's fine with me. I get it.
I don't care. So I mean, yeah, I don't really give a shit of of how it goes. I think that I think that when it's legitimized enough to where it's now not quote unquote taboo or anything to go race online. I think it's more of it's something if you're not going to give somebody shit about sitting around playing Fortnite for 8 hours, or if you're not going to give somebody shit about that, or you're not going to give somebody shit about playing Call of Duty all the time, then what's the difference between iRacing? At least this is, in my opinion, somewhat productive because the setups are all jacked comparatively to what it is in a real life car, but at the same time, you still get a little bit of the feel, you get a little bit of the sensation of it, and it's still a race. And for guys like me that legitimately can't afford to go race anymore, and that's not a boohoo sob story. That's just the facts. I don't have, the money and the resources to go drive myself. So I, get my rocks off. I get my rocks off, so to speak, on iRacing, and I think that there's a lot of people out there that do. So, rather than shitting on it, give it a whirl. Do I expect?
Yeah, I mean, this is my racing alternative, and I say racing, it's basically a competition alternative, because I'm still a competitive guy. I like to race and have fun, but at the same time, I can't get hurt. My kids need to eat. It's important that they have their father every week of their lives for at least a good 40 more. So I don't go racing. And this is what I do to keep those competitive juices flowing and have fun and relax, which I'd never relax, but who wants to relax anyway?
Yeah,
but
I don't even know what relaxing is anymore. I'm too old for that.
What you talked about, though, you talk about, you don't give anybody shit for playing Fortnite or Call of Duty or, the introduction of esports to video gaming has changed the landscape, okay? The introduction of YouTube and Twitch, all of a sudden...
Do you realize that...
Video gaming is a legitimate career choice. All of a sudden, video gaming is a legitimate competitive choice.
2 dudes 2 weeks ago at TwitchCon won over $500,000 for playing 8 games of Fortnite.
Hey!
So...
You know what? They're fucking hustlers, brother. I mean, they're out there making money and they don't have to sling drugs or nothing. These boys are playing video games and making money. Ninja, okay, the top streamer in the world right now, I sat there and watched him play fucking Halo 5 competitively, that nobody gave a fuck about competitive Halo at that point. And he went to Battle Royale games, and now he's got his goddamn posters in Walmart. You can buy a fucking Ninja poster in Walmart. I remember when he was streaming to 3,000 people, okay? Yep. And I was paying that boy money because I like to watch his fucking stream and support him and keep him going. I like to watch Halo because of that guy. And I rooted for every competitive team that he was on. And now he's got fucking posters in Walmart. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. I don't know. But that's the difference. That's the difference. It's a legitimate thing now.
Yeah, I mean he's a multi-millionaire for it.
Fuck yeah.
And I have absolutely zero anything against anything against anybody that plays video games competitively. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think that it's just progression as it is, and it's not. Gamers got a very bad rap. Well, forever. Wouldn't you say, AJ? Forever. That
Yeah.
they're nothing but a bunch of overweight guys living in their mom's basement. If you've played Call of Duty, for any length of time, that you've been told that you live in your mom's basement or whatever it may be, and these guys that are finally good at video games, they're making money at it.
Who's
I
laughing now, right?
Well, and um, even on iRacing, the crazy thing is that the the Outlaw series, the World of Outlaws late models and the World of Outlaws sprint car guys, they both got, I want to say it was over $4,000 after like lap money and finishing positions
Oh
and
yeah.
everything else, and basically the whole thing boiled down to they've found a way to monetize a video game in a way because they're good at it. And that's great. I'm happy for them. And are they going to get rich doing it on iRacing? No, probably not. But I'm not going to shit on somebody for doing it.
Yeah.
So I think it's just one of those places, and it's at an interesting, hell, Dr. Disrespect is another one that's a huge streamer. He bought himself a racing rig that he wants to get on iRacing now.
Oh, is he
So
doing that now?
yeah, so
That's pretty
it's
cool. I mean, and this guy's different because he's got an actual character. I mean,
oh yeah,
they're
I
all
mean
characters, but this is not like a guy that
yeah,
was playing competitive and you're watching him stream his
right.
competitive stuff. He created a character that he portrays on his streams, and it's an interesting thing. There's not many that do that.
No, and yeah, I mean definitely a different level of he's a different level of streamer. But if he can break into the racing world and open that up even more, you know, that just honestly it helps out everybody. And if anybody honestly truthfully believes that iRacing has been a hindrance to racing in general and is keeping people from going to racetracks, then sorry about your luck, you're wrong. And
iRacing ought to get that boy a rig because that'll change the game right there.
oh, absolutely. So, but the dirt stuff. I've only been on iRacing now for 2 seasons, or this is my second one, and it's gotten better even this year. So it's gotten even better this year. So it is what it is. But I think it's a great way to pass the time during the winter. Um, it's a great way to pass the time during the winter. It's fun to mess around with people. It's fun to go race with your friends, and it doesn't cost you anything when you crash each other. So I don't see a downside of it. I think the involvement with USAC into iRacing is good for them. The World of Outlaws have fully embraced it, all for the better. So I think that we're in a very very good spot as far as iRacing in general uh, goes. So come on, everybody back in the day with LAN parties and everything else with their PlayStations and Xboxes. Now we just get to sit at home and twitch steering wheels.
Goddamn, do you remember how hard we used to work to
Oh my
play
god.
together back in the day? Kids
When
these days, they have no fucking clue.
No, they have no idea because like now if you wanted to have a LAN party and everybody come over to your house, you've got a tower, a tiny little computer tower, a keyboard and a mouse, or if you wanted to do it on an Xbox or a PlayStation, you had the console and a flat screen. Back in our day, you had to take a 32-inch CRT TV that weighed about 400 pounds,
Carry that
carry that
it
thing,
in your car.
put it in your car, and then take it to somebody's house and plug it in if you could find somewhere to put it. And then it was a nightmare. Kids today, honest to God, have no idea how good they have it.
No,
And when you can race with your buddies, and it's just too much fun. And hopefully we can get some pretty good support for it over the winter. And when the Chili Bowl comes out, we'll be having a good time. And actually, K Dog just had a fantastic idea for the next time that we have a guest that's got iRacing. For their heat race, rapid fire questions until the race is over, and see how many they can get in before. How many races? Yeah, how many questions can you answer during your race? So that I think is K-Dog, kudos for that. I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll do that the next time we get somebody on here that's ready to go. So. But yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. League starts here in a few minutes for the PRL. But quick,
and like what, like, if you want to get involved, don't fucking do random iRacing official bullshit. The way you can get involved is go to precisionracingleague.com, and you can run Monday nights with us, 8 p.m. Eastern time, in 360 wing sprints. Or if you want to try your hand at what could be a 40-car roster, USAC National Championship style pavement and dirt sprint cars on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time, go to elbowsupracing.net.
.net.
There you go, elbowsupracing.net, and the sign up, all the information, everything is right there. So do not hesitate to get involved, because we're going to have a shitload of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a very good time. But yeah, we'll. What's your before the race starts tonight? What's your champion pick for USAC and feature winner? Do you take KT to do both?
He's about got to, don't he?
No.
He's got.
I mean, basically, it comes out to.
If Courtney wins, he gets it.
Well, if either one of them win, they get it, obviously.
Right,
But if qualifying points are going to be big, heat race points are going to be big. What do you do?
It's a goddamn slugfest, is what it's going to be. Actually, probably what will happen, one of them's going to wheel the other one.
No.
And the shit's going to fly.
I have a feeling that you're going to see my picks this weekend. Robert Ballou Motorsports with Dave Darlin driving it wins the Oval Nationals. And KTJ takes the title.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you there. I mean, it's hard to bet against Dave Darlin in a good race car. I will say this: I want KTJ to win the championship. I'm gonna flip my dick off here.
But yeah.
But yeah, I think KTJ takes the championship. I wouldn't say a surprise winner. Right? That's what I want to do, but it's not. No surprise.
Hey, it could be a surprise winner. My sleeper pick's McDougal. McDougal is not scared of concrete.
Well,
him and Justin Grant's been super quick.
Yeah, Grant got him a win last week, didn't he?
Yep, Grant got himself a win and had to drive back by Sunshine in order to do it. So the Top Motorsports 4 is rolling pretty damn good.
Another fast short shit right there.
See, it's all the short guys. They're like IndyCar drivers. They're
fucking jockeys, man. That's the thing. That's the way they build them now. If these motherfuckers knew that I only weigh 150 pounds, god dang, man, I could do this stuff. Let's talk.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You are scared of concrete.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Ted, the conversation that it would be had to talk me into a non-wing sprint car at Eldora would be so fucking short.
It'd be like, do you want? Yes.
Yeah, it would be very short, and I would do it, and then I'd probably never do it again just because I said that I did it, and that's really all that I want. But you bet your fucking ass I'd put it on the fence.
Well, actually
maybe over the fence.
Tony Main actually got to go hot lap a sprint car at Winchester a few weeks ago.
No shit.
They took theirs over there. A late model was getting ready for the 400, and he's like, "Do you care if we tag along?" I said, "No, come on out." And he wasn't fast or anything, but he's like, I have such a huge respect now for those guys that actually did it, ran here and won and everything else. That place is special. Let's just put it that way. But hopefully next year we might maybe Maybe. If all the stars align, we might see a sprint car race at Winchester next year. Maybe.
Shut the hell up. Where are you hearing this?
I've got sources. Don't worry about it.
Are you kidding me?
I would say it's like 25% going to happen, but 25% is 25% higher than it was last year or the last 10 years. So,
now are we talking wings?
No.
Okay.
So, wing sprint cars have run there a few times, but it's just wing sprint cars are about dead on pavement.
Well,
that whole
they've
deal.
Always been about dead.
Yeah, in my opinion at least, I've never been a big fan of them. I mean, they're cool because they're fast, but other than that, I really just don't care about them. The races suck. But
fucking wild fast.
Oh, they're crazy fast. But no, I think we're in for a good racing weekend, and you know, we really didn't talk about too much. Just basically that iRacing is cool. If you don't have it, you should get it. And we hope KTJ wins the title, and that's about it.
You know, we're unabashedly homers when it comes to that.
Yeah, I'm not contractually, obliged to not be impartial. So I mean, hell, I like anybody that's cool. Let's put it that way. So, which the majority of the guys I like. There's only a few of them that I just, take them or leave them.
As long as that motherfucker sends me my hat.
He's gonna send you his hat.
That's. I mean, I want the goddamn hat.
I
bought it. He's got my money. He probably put my money towards the right rear out there. I ain't got. So, what the fuck?
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
but yeah, you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll survive.
I'll gladly donate some money if I can get a goddamn hat.
Well, I don't blame you a bit.
I was gonna buy a USAC hat, and then I thought,
no. One of my favorite memories though was when we showed up to Lawrenceburg after like the third show we did. What was that now? 5-6 years ago. And one of them at Lawrenceburg just straight up looked at both of us and said, Boys, you guys kind of got some big old nuts to show your faces around here after the shit you've been talking. I was
that was your fault. That was your fault.
And you know what? I wasn't wrong either. And I don't even remember when it was over, but I was not wrong because I'm never wrong. But except for the whole Donnie Schatz, Steve Kinzer thing. I was wrong about that.
Well, I mean, I told you.
Well, yeah. In that case, no. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I ain't never been wrong in my whole life.
Yeah, okay?
That's my whole goddamn life.
That's.
And if you think that's wrong, then you're wrong.
Well, okay. We'll agree to disagree on that one, but
greatest of all time.
Yeah. But I think we'll probably cut it here, and thank you guys for listening. Thank you for all the support so far. Operation Find Connor Daly an IndyCar ride is in full swing. Operation Find Chad Kemenaugh a sprint car ride is in full swing. So, if anybody's sitting out there with about $6 million, get a hold of me and I will put you in touch with Connor. So, because
$6 million, get a hold of me. Fuck.
Well, I want to help out Connor, and Connor would probably give us a finder's fee. Connor would give us a finder's fee, I'm sure. But
I hope so.
I imagine
it would be all thanks to us.
yeah, no joke.
We gave him the bump.
Yeah, we gave him that little bump. So, but nope. Thank you guys for coming. Those of you watching the stream, I'll still be streaming, so don't go anywhere. We'll be running some Wing 360s here soon, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Later.